How's it going, everyone? Alex with Jeeps Limited here. So today I wanted to make a video about this. This is my 1995 Jeep Wrangler that I've been doing a restoration on. I've been working on this for a couple of years now. I wanted to make a video of this and kind of show you guys what I've done so far and kind of where I'm headed with it, because I want to start making some videos about this. This is something that like I said, I've been working on for a long time. Really haven't recorded any of it. I don't know if anybody would be interested in seeing it, but it's a story that I want to start telling. It's something that I care a lot about, and I wanted to show everybody what I was doing and how I'm doing it. So this is just going to be a little bit of an introduction video, kind of, again, explaining what I've done, what I'm going to be doing, and just a little bit of backstory as to why I'm doing a frame-off restoration of a 1995 Jeep Wrangler in my garage. So follow along. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let me know what you guys think about what I'm doing, if you're interested in it, if you think I'm doing a good job, if you think I just ruined a car, which I probably did. But yeah, follow along and let me know what you guys think. Alright, so like I said, this is my 1995 Jeep Wrangler YJ. I've owned this since about 2011. In those years, I've done quite a bit of work to it. Nothing really too interesting until I started this project, which I started this back in 2021, I believe, was when I started pulling this apart. So it's been a while. I've been kind of off and on with it. Just sometimes life gets in the way. So everything that I've done so far, obviously, I tore the whole body off. The tub's currently sitting over here. It's what I'm working on right now. So everything I did up until this point, tore it apart. On this back frame rail, you can see all of this here. This has all been cut off, and this whole back, like 18 inches of frame on both sides, had to get repaired. I used like a rust buster kit on that, I believe. Same thing with this rear cross member, and then I had to do the same thing on this side and replace that cross member as well. This rear bumper is actually a bumper that I and my friend Eric, Low Tail and Off-Road, built ourselves quite a while ago. You know, we did. It looks pretty decent. I wanted to keep it on there because, one, there's nothing wrong with it, and two, it just kind of sticks with the aesthetic of this being my Jeep, which is something that I want to maintain as I do this. This is the reason why I'm doing this much work on this Jeep, is because it's mine and I want it. And I want to keep it kind of original to the way I had it before. I don't know, there's just an aesthetic to it for me. So the rear axle is just the stock Dana 35. I went through and I redid the wheel bearings on the end. I redid the brakes. The bearings and the gears and everything, shafts are all original to the vehicle. They were in fine shape, so I didn't really feel the need to do anything with them. The rear suspension, well, the front suspension too, but the suspension, it's like a 3.5-inch BDS lift. I don't even really remember. It's been on there for years, 7 or 8 years probably. Right now, it's just on some cheap Quadratec shocks, just because I needed some shocks just to get it down the road once it's done. So it'll be something I'll probably upgrade those at some point, but until this car actually drives, I'm really not super worried about it. The gas tank, that's just the original gas tank. I just cleaned it up a little bit. It's got a Tom Woods drive shaft with a slip yoke eliminator, which it's had on there for a long time. The slip yoke eliminator, again, Eric with Low Tail and Off-Road helped me put that on a while ago. All of the fuel lines actually are original. They're stainless steel. They were clear, so I just put them back on. I redid the rubber portions and everything. I rebent up my own brake lines to the back because those were trashed. I think they'll be all right. Should be good enough. Should make a stop. The down here on the bottom of the frame, the nutserts that were there that held on the, or maybe there were studs, but whatever was original there that holds on the skid plate, I don't remember. They were all gone. So I welded studs on there, and I replaced that skid plate, which is not really a big to-do. The transmission, so it's the original AX15. When I parked this and started tearing it apart, it was kind of losing third gear. So we actually, again, me and Eric, tore it apart on my workbench here and rebuilt it as part of this project. I have no idea if we did it right because it hasn't gone really too far since, I did this. It's got another new clutch in it. I've put like 3 clutches in this over the time I've owned it. The front's a Tom Woods drive shaft. This one is brand new only because the Tom Woods I had in it when I parked it was all seized up, and I conveniently had an extra Tom Woods drive shaft laying around that fit, so why not? Front suspension's same as the back. The front axle, I redid the wheel bearings and everything. I haven't done anything with the diff as part of this project, but at some point years and years and years ago, we put just a lunchbox locker in the front, which worked out pretty well. Otherwise, it's just the original Dana 30. The steering that's on there now is just some junk I put on there years ago, which I'm probably going to be replacing at some point, but I mean, it works. Again, it'll get the car rolling. That's kind of my priority right now, is just get the car to drive again, and then I can worry about some of those finer details. The front frame here, you can see here, I had to cut the whole front frame off, again, call it a foot or 18 inches on both sides, and replace that whole piece along with this center cross member, which I screwed up. After I welded it on, I actually had to cut it off and straighten this whole piece out because the 2 pieces of the frame rail were pointed in opposite directions, which was neat. Then I did the same thing on this side, same with the junk shocks. The engine, it's just a 4-liter straight 6. It's got like 130, maybe 140,000 miles on it. It actually ran pretty good. I'm not doing anything with the engine other than I'll probably, degrease it. It doesn't really need a whole lot of work. I'll probably go through it, again, once the car is running and driving, be a smaller project. I can try and go through it, clean it up. It really could probably use a real nice tune-up and a valve cover gasket, but other than that, it runs pretty good, or it ran pretty good, I should say. It's got all new exhaust on it, which was just a kit that I got from Jegs. This is pretty simple. It's just kind of mocked up in there right now. It needs more clamps, and then it gets mounted to the body, so I can't really finish installing it until I have the tub back on. So that's everything with the frame and the axles and whatnot. There's a whole bunch of other patches and welds I did. You can see one right here. This whole piece right here on both sides has been patched. There's some other patches I did on the bottom. And then both of the shock mounts were all rusted out, so I replaced them, and then I actually just kind of beefed up the frame here. I think I did this probably wrong. It's just something that I don't really want to go back and fix anymore because I'm kind of past it. I think it'd be a huge pain. But there was holes in here, and rather than actually cutting out the metal and replacing it, I just kind of band-aided over it, which I kind of regret doing now. I wish I just cut it out and fixed it. But these were one of the very first things I did as I started putting the frame back together. So I was kind of in a hurry for no reason and didn't really know what I was doing. Not that I know now what I'm doing, but I did those probably wrong. I wish I did something different with them, but kind of past that point. So the whole frame's just been sanded, grinded, painted with whatever kind of like enamel paint that you can go over rust with, and then I clear coated it. And then something else that I did, I think it was Willwood makes a product for painting the inside of car frames. It's basically just a spray paint that comes with this super long hose, and you just get through each and every little hole and just put it every direction that you can, and it lines the inside of the frame. So I did that as well, which hopefully these shock mounts that I did wrong, maybe that'll kind of seal them up and keep them from rusting. That's the problem. I think they're going to continue to rust. Rather than stopping the rust, I just kind of covered it, which was probably not the right thing to do. But, oh well. So that's everything that I've done to the frame, and everything here. I put new engine mounts on it. That's kind of everything that I've done up until this point on it. Like I said, this took me quite a long time. Like, you're looking at like a year's worth of work just to get it to this point. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what's going on with the tub now, and yeah. So the tub is really inconveniently sitting on its side because that's the only way I could figure out how to work on the bottom of it. It's going to need new floor pans. This one's just completely gone. The driver's side floor pan I had replaced years ago with just some metal that I globbed in there. I'm going to be replacing that as well. All of the body mounts, except for one, all broke off. So I have to replace every single body mount. You can see the bolts are just in there. I mean, there's no way to get that out. So these whole rails are going to be replaced. I've already started doing that here. This is all new. It's plug welded from the backside because that's how it was from the factory. I'll probably throw a couple more welds on here, but it really shouldn't go anywhere. I'll be replacing the center cross member down here as well. I'll be replacing that body mount. I mean, you can see here, this whole corner is gone. The other corner down there is pretty much gone too. This body mount rail is going to have to be replaced, and or might live with a few less body mounts on it. We'll see. And then over here, the back, it's just all rotted out. I'll have to figure out, you can buy all these replacement parts. I don't even know how to get them off, let alone put new ones on. So it's just kind of a learning process. So I started working on the tub portion of it like a year ago. This is all the further I got because I got distracted with my JK with all the engine problems and fun I was having with that. So I was focusing on that. And then by the time I got that kind of running again, I was kind of burned out on working on junk. So I kind of stopped working on this for a while. Then I got real busy at work. So I'm looking forward to actually getting back at this, working on the tub this spring here. And I'm hoping, I mean, if I can get the time to focus on this, I'm hoping to maybe have the tub to a point where it can go back on the frame, maybe this fall. And if I can do that, I might be able to get it buttoned up and running and driving by spring. So I think that's my goal right now. Whether or not that's going to work out, I don't know. I think this body work is going to be a real challenge. So that's where I'm at with all of this right now. I guess let me know what you guys think. I think I might have just ruined a car. I drove it in here. It was running and driving when I brought it in here, but it's not anymore. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on this vehicle and why I like it and why I'm wasting all of this time and money on this vehicle. So stay tuned. So a little bit of backstory about this Jeep. I bought it in the spring of like 2011 when I was in high school, just as my first car. I bought it from my sister's boyfriend, who is now my brother-in-law. He was the second owner of it. I bought it. I was always into off-roading, like as a kid, but I never went off-roading. So he was selling it, and I thought, hey, why not? That'd be cool. When I bought it, I didn't really work on cars a whole lot. I just thought it would be a cool thing to have. And it was already however old when I bought it. Ran all right. It was starting to get a little bit rusty. So I just kind of drove it, to and from work, school, whatever. And as little things came up, I was trying to work on it and kind of learn how to work on cars and whatnot. And it wasn't until a little bit later, after high school, we took it off-road with a couple of friends, which was a lot of fun, and that was kind of what got me hooked on off-roading. At that time, it was pretty basic. I bought it with a small 2.5-inch crappy lift and some 31-inch tires. And then after I bought it, I threw a winch on the front, some rocker guards that we made on the sides, and that was pretty much it. Took it off-roading like that for the first time. It was a lot of fun. Then after that, it just kind of started evolving a little bit as time went on. Took it off-road a couple more times. and inevitably decided, all right, it's time to bump it up to like a 3.5-inch lift or 3-inch, whatever it is that it has on it. And I put some 33-inch Mickey Thompsons on it. And about the same time, I put the front locker in it too. And it did pretty good. It really never went anywhere other than the Badlands for the most part. Years back, we took it to the Cliffs a couple of times when the Cliffs was still open to full-size vehicles. Actually, the first time I took it to the Cliffs, which was the second time I ever took it off-roading, I actually flopped it onto its side on completely flat ground, which is an interesting story, which sucked. And then I had to put it back on its wheels and drive it home, and then I had to drive it to work the next day with the passenger window busted out. That was in like January or February, so it's still cold out, which sucked. But yeah, it's just been evolving since then. It's been painted a couple of times. It was originally red. It's currently black. It's rattle cam black. I've gone through and I've done a lot of Bondo repair on it too, but again, I was never doing any rust repair. I would just Bondo over the holes and paint it, and it would look decent for a while, and the Bondo would break off, the rust continued. But yeah, I was just kind of learning as I went, really had no direction with it. And it just, as time went on, it was getting rustier and rustier and more beat up. So when I originally kind of decided I wanted to actually really do this restoration on it, which was something I wanted to do for a long time, but when I was really okay, I'm going to start this, that's when I bought my JK and kind of built that so I could continue wheeling while I work on this. And then I don't think after putting this much work into this, if it ever drives again, I don't think I'll ever take it off-road. Just, I don't want to do all of this work and trash it again. I mean, this has been, like I said, I've been working on this for like 3 years now. I've got probably another year to go, and I just don't really want to abuse it like that anymore. So, yeah, there's a little bit of backstory on it. This is one of the original Jeeps Limited Jeeps, which Jeeps Limited just started as like an inside joke with me and Eric, pretty much just us. We're Jeeps Limited by driverability. That was kind of the joke. It's just it's an ironic thing. That's where that name came from. So, yeah, just a little bit of backstory. Another cool thing about this Jeep, my brother-in-law that I bought it from was the second owner, and then coincidentally, I just more or less stumbled upon the original owner of this because he actually lives across the street from Eric. And we were able to confirm that this was in fact his car. So I'm the third owner of it, but it's kind of cool to know the other two owners of this vehicle. So that just makes it cool to me. Another reason why I like this is just my first car. Had a lot of fun with it. It's just not something I want to get rid of. It really had no value when I started doing this. I'll show you guys some pictures of what it looked like when I started this. I mean, it was rusty. It's clapped. It just needed a lot of work, so it really had no value to get rid of it. But it's just mine. I want to keep it, and I want to enjoy it, and I don't really plan on ever getting rid of it. So a little bit of backstory on that in case you guys were wondering. Like I said, I'm going to start making some videos of it and posting them up. It's just something I want to share with everybody. And like I said, I care about it a lot and just want to share with everybody else. So I hope you guys enjoy watching it, and let me know what you guys think. I had to cut the front off from there. Forward's all new. Don't mind the motor. Couldn't even tell you how many holes I patched on the frame. New cross member there, new cross member in the back, both sides. I had to cut off from there. Welded new ends there. Rebuilt the axle. Working on that axle. Got to rebuild the transmission. Start putting it all back together before I tackle the body, and then do something with that. Don't know what yet.
This is AJ being a little douchebag. Go, pussy!
At night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. It's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.